subscriber, you probably realize that I own a few pocket knives, and the reason for that is because I believe in being prepared, right? So pocket knives are a tool first and foremost. And to be honest, I own more than a few pocket knives. I own quite a bit of them. And let's play a game that I like to play with my wife, which is called, these are all of the knives that I own. And I don't own any other pocket knives other than what you see on the table. Alright, you guys willing to play along? So, the reason for, well, not necessarily for this vast collection of knives, and maybe this is small compared to your collection, so maybe you should be judged and not me. But seriously though, part of the reason behind this video is it worth it? Are Gerber knives worth it when there are so many other great pocket knives that you can pick up and use that are made of either better materials, so they're worth investing the money that goes into it, or maybe they actually cost less than the Gerber knives and made out of better materials and more ergonomic, etc., etc. So if there are all these many options out there, and a lot of these are talked about in my other videos, and I leave links for everything that I can in the description box down below, although I won't be able to leave links for everything in this video because there's actually a prototype on the table, but also because there's just so many of them products on the table. And also bonus points if you can spot the prototype. Let me know in the comment section down below. But for everybody else, this knife collection actually got started, ironically, because of Gerber. So whenever I graduated from high school, or a little bit after that, I wanted to get a pocket knife, and I wanted something better than a Swiss Army knife, and this was my first pocket knife outside of my first Swiss Army knife, which I think the first one of those is in a TSA bin somewhere. And but I wanted to invest in something that I thought would be able to last me for a while, and that's what brought me to the Gerber AR 3.0, which they still sell. Now, because I am a knife snob, like maybe you are as well, which is I think it's better than a anti-knife snob, which are people who judge people for having too many knives or too expensive knives. We all have our own opinions on everything, so I ask that you just keep it nice and polite and realize it is just your opinion, and then I'm sure I could point to you and ask you why you have so many video games, or why you spend so much money on attending sports events. We all have different reasons what we budget our knives for, and part of the reason for this channel is to help you guys be able to budget for preparedness, and being knives and multi-tools as recommended by the American Red Cross. These are good items to have in your emergency kits or on you on a daily basis for the purpose of preparedness, in addition to obviously convenience as a tool. With that being said, when I wanted to replace this knife, YouTube had come out, and there were lots of knife reviews that were out there, including a lot of the knives that you see on the table in front of you. And there were just so many to choose from, so it isn't like I just said, oh, I'll just take them all. One at a time, I purchased products, and I also got into making knife reviews around the same time, because I wanted to kind of give back and share my experiences, and that's what YouTube is all about. And it turns out that some of y'all listen, so I took the income that I made from ad revenue as well as the Amazon links and poured it back into my channel, as well as worked with knife companies to have them send me products to review. And these are reviews, these are not me endorsing or anything like that. And some knife companies probably wish they hadn't sent me knives to review, because I'm honest, and even some YouTubers don't like the fact that I'm honest, and it is what it is, and you know who you are. I simply say what I'm thinking, and I put it in a polite, respectful manner. and I leave it up to the viewer. I never draw your conclusions for you. I'll leave yourself to do that. I'm someone who wants you to literally get the best value for your dollar, whether that be with a $20 to $30 knife, or whether that be a more expensive knife. That is completely up to you, and you know your situation better than I do and what you're wanting to purchase. My last video, I talked about a $500 knife and what weighed whether or not I felt that that was worth it, and you'll have to see that video to see what I think of that. And I'll link that in other knife videos down in the description box down below. But one of the things that I do is I categorize knives by prices, and that way you guys can say, well, this is my budget, and this is what I'm willing to pay. And my coworkers have been asking me that as well, so I refer to them to those videos. But one of the things they've been asking me recently is, hey, I saw Gerber product, whatever, X, Y, and Z. I wanted to know what you thought of it, because I know you know a lot about pocket knives. And I usually kind of just gave them a blank stare and say, I don't know what you're talking about, because I really don't own a lot of Gerber products. And at first that seemed to work really well. I told them that, and they said, oh, okay. And then I recommended a bunch of other things to buy, and they were a little sad because, like a lot of y'all, you guys only have to wait like a couple days for Amazon stuff to get, Amazon products to get there. You could just easily buy something a Gerber product at a store, Target or Walmart or whatever. But those of us who are overseas, we have to wait a little bit longer to get stuff from Amazon. So it's much easier just to walk into a base exchange and get a Gerber product. Some of them are the ones that I'm showing you here in front of the camera. But something that the coworkers, who were pretty smart, they started figuring out is that I keep telling them not to buy Gerber products, but as you guys are probably aware of at this point, I own several Gerber products. And not only do I own them, but I also use them, and use them with somewhat of frequency. And I put them not only in my Bugout bags, but in my everyday carry bags, as well as I keep in my everyday carry rotation, meaning I keep them in my pockets. And so now I'm being asked, see, this is another thing that's wrong with Gerber products. One of the things that I'm being asked is to clarify why I don't recommend the Gerber knives that I am carrying. And honestly, the reason why I have Gerber products and why I carry them on me is because, and this is going to sound confusing, is because I don't care for Gerber. I care for Gerber products. And that's just my opinion, of course. It's not really substantiated with anything else other than I just know that other products do a better job for what I'm looking for, and I'm sure the same could be, and so I use that recommendation to assume that the same could be said for other people who are asking. But people who, to clarify the answer, why do I use something I don't care for, is because I like having beater knives so that I can loan them to people who maybe they don't have as much of an appreciation and don't take as good care of my products as my knives and multi-tools than I do. It's just a sad fact of life that if you hand someone a nice product, this is Victorinox Swiss Spirit X, that they will walk off and they'll use it and they won't have as much of appreciation for it as you do. I wasn't raised that way because I think you're supposed to treat other products, other people's property better than treat your own. But that's, some people forget, some people don't know how to use it. They'll use a knife blade in place of a screwdriver, flathead screwdriver. Different people see a tool and they see, they see it for a different use, and that is what these are, right? These are tools, so that is what some people view them as. And one of the things that I'm kind of having to force myself to answer is, are Gerber knives and products, are they worth it? And honestly, as much as I like to say that all these other knives are worth it much more, they get it right and they're cheaper and more lightweight and better materials, and I'll leave those links in the description box down below for you guys. But I think for the average person, maybe we should be less harsh on them, because really some of these tools, especially some of the newer ones that are being made by Gerber, are actually quite good, and they're still pretty budget friendly. This knife around $50. I bought it on sale though, and this is around 20 something dollars. Like I said, I already mentioned this, around 30. I think some of them are $50-$60. This is like 15 or something. And the reason I have these, and one reason I put them in bags or keep them on me and loan them out to people, is because they're so inexpensive. And here's the key part, is because I know that they are going to hold up and they're going to do what it is that they're intended to do. So what I want to know from you guys, and yes, I've actually told Gerber to their face on accident. I sent out an Instagram little, let's just call it my perspective on Gerber, and then I walked up to the Gerber booth shortly afterwards, and they read that and they weren't very happy with me. So I've said my fair share of things that, you know, I've voiced my disappointment in a lot of Gerber's products, and honestly, I'm still surprised that they come out with some of their bad products. They have some good ones, but I'm really surprised that I don't know. I just still disappointed in them. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Are Gerber knives, not just the ones that I'm showing you, but are they worth it? And for me, I have to be honest and say, a lot of times, yes, they really are worth the cost. And I think that they're going to last y'all a long time, maybe even a lifetime. They have a good warranty. I haven't used it, but it seems to be a good warranty. And you could probably count on some of them, you know, with your life, as some people have done, especially those who are in the military. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. And like I said, I'll leave links to these products. Oops, it didn't come out the right way. I'll leave links to them in the let's see if I can get it. There we go. I'll leave links to these in the description box, and you guys can check these out for yourself, as well as other products that I recommend. Y'all stay safe out there, and remember, it pays to be prepared. God bless.